Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. Thank y'all so much for joining tonight. This is going to be a fun and exciting thing. I've been excited about this all day. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And again, thank you so much for joining in. For those of you that are new to Periscope, because I have to do a little tutorial myself. I've had a Periscope for about 2 years, but I'm having to start all over with learning how to do things. So thank you so much for everything. For those of you that are here and you're here watching, if you can do me a favor and just put a W in the comments, put a W in the comments. I just want to be able to make sure that everyone can hear me. Please make sure that you put a W in the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you can hear me, please make sure that you put a W in the comments. Before I get started, I just want to make sure that everybody that is here is able to hear me. Thank you so much for everybody that is joining tonight. I appreciate you. So thank you so much for putting a W. Now, those of you that have put a W in the comments, make sure that you put your website information, your blog information, because I want to be able to make sure that we acknowledge you throughout this broadcast. So make sure that you put your website there. So when I'm sharing what we're doing, we're also sharing what you do as well. So make sure that you have the opportunity to put your website information in the comments. For those of you that are just joining in, make sure that you do me a favor. If you're on an Android, swipe side to side in order to be able to invite your friends. Please make sure that you invite someone to this broadcast. We're going to be talking about some pretty cool stuff, so you don't want anybody that your Twitter friends, you don't want them to miss this. You don't want them to miss this, so make sure that you are inviting your followers that are on Twitter. Make sure that you share this on all your social media sites in order for them to be able to see this broadcast. And for those of you that are new to Periscope, just know that on Periscope, the coolest thing about Periscope is being able to tap the screen. So make sure that you're sending up some hearts throughout this whole process while I'm doing this. This is my first time doing this, and I am a little bit nervous. Thank you so much for talking about my lipstick, girl. Thank you. I appreciate that. So for those of you that are here, thank you so much for joining. As you come in, make sure that you put a W in the comments. I just want to make sure that you're able to hear me, you're able to see me properly and everything like that. And most of all, just keep the hearts going. Just keep the hearts going as you're here. The first thing that I wanted to do before I get into the total broadcast by itself, I wanted to be able to introduce me, because normally when I come on Periscope, I just go on Periscope and I just normally I just go in and I just start talking and I forget to introduce myself and no one ever knows who I am. And so I want to take out a moment and be able to just introduce myself. For those of you that are coming in, make sure that you continue to keep the hearts coming. Just keep tapping the screens just to let me know that you're able to hear me, let me know that you're listening, and to let me know that you're interested in the broadcast. So thank you so much. As you keep coming in, just make sure that you keep tapping the screen, and thank you so much in advance for the hearts. So I wanted to first take out the moment to introduce me and what I do and who I am. First of all, I am Lynette Kincaid. I am the founder of Women with Gifts, and we are an organization that is changing the world one woman at a time. That is our mission. We're changing the world one woman at a time, and guess what? It starts with you. Those of you that are watching, it starts with you. So thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. We're going to go ahead and also just continue as you come in. I know that you just came in, but make sure that you are inviting all of your Twitter friends. If you have an Apple phone, swipe up to invite your followers. If you have an Android, you would swipe side to side in order to invite your followers. Make sure as you're joining in, you do invite your followers. As you're joining in, make sure that you invite your followers. If you are watching this in a replay, because you will be able to watch this in a replay, make sure that you are continuing to share this, because guess what? We cannot get the word out about what we're doing and who we're sharing the information about unless you share that information. So make sure that if you're watching this in replay, guess what? You can still share the hearts, tap the screen and share the hearts. You're also able to watch everybody else. Thank you so much for inviting your followers. I appreciate you for doing that. Now, here's one thing that I wanted to start doing. I have already introduced myself. My name is Lynette Kincaid, and I am the founder of Women with Gifts. We are changing the world one woman at a time. It takes us. We do the most, and guess what? It takes us. We're going to change the nation. So one thing that we had started doing on the website is we had the opportunity to start featuring bloggers and business owners and everybody that wanted to be on the website, and to be able to expose our writers and bloggers and things like that. And so one thing I do want to say, just hands down to writers and bloggers, because I've gone to some of the most beautiful lists, and I know that's not a word, but I went to some of the most beautiful websites ever. You guys take out so much time, and some of the websites are just dynamic. I mean, you go to it one day and you're like, okay. And you go to it the next day and you're like, wow, where did this website come from? And amazing articles. I mean, amazing features. Thank you so much for saying that, Ms. Pam. Amazing articles, amazing features. And we're going to talk about some of our guest bloggers a little bit later on in this segment, because I want to make sure that we talk about them and also just share information about them and what they do as well. So one of the things I'm going to start off, we're going to talk about, let me just say this, y'all. I had been reading a lot of these websites, and I'm just like blown away. I'm blown away about their story. One thing that I've learned about women and men, but mostly with women, we have stories to tell. We have stories to tell, but we rarely ever share our stories. And so one thing I like about the bloggers is because I found out that they open up, they write, and they don't care about every situation that they're going to. And that's one of the ways that me and 30 Days, 30 Ways, Nancy, this is how we came into contact, because I was so blown away about her story and the things that she was sharing, her challenges about. And so I am so blown away about some of the bloggers, and thank you so much. I appreciate you. One of the people that we're going to talk about first, and let me just tell you, we have been going 30 days strong. I mean, technically, we've been going 30 days strong, just sharing all the information about bloggers and writers and business owners. We are phenomenal women, and I didn't want to just stop at the blog. I didn't want to just stop at the website with featuring those women. I wanted to make sure that we dusted off that information and still kept going, keep all the information going about the bloggers. The one thing that I want y'all to understand, because we are already past 30 days, I don't want you to think that, okay, this is going to be a segment to where, you have to wait all the way until the end to get to the people that we've talked about. That's not how it's going to work. So we're actually taking information from, we're picking one person per week. So we had 4 weeks that was in November. So we're picking one person from the first week, one person from the second week, and so on and so on and so on. So I don't want you to think, oh my God, it's never going to get to me. She's never going to have a video about me. This is not going to work. But yeah, it will work. Trust me, I have a system for everything. This is going to work. So the first person that we're talking about is Kim.on.Skin. For those of you that have not had the opportunity to read this feature, I really, 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 really want everybody to go back to our website at Women.With.Gifts.org, Women.With.Gifts.org. I want you to go back and just check out this phenomenal blogger. She basically created a blog about her skin disorder. For those of you that have not, hello Benji, how are you, Benjamin? As you come in, we're talking about, hello, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. For those of you that are joining, just know that I like hearts. Please continue to keep the hearts going. Also, if you can hear me, just make sure that you put a W in the comment section. I just want you to be able to, I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate that. Make sure that you keep them coming. Kim.on.Skin, Benjamin, I know that you just came in, but we're talking about the features that's on our website, women features. We had female women features. Thank you so much for joining, coming in. I appreciate you. We have features that's on our website at Women.With.Gifts.org, and we created a whole Periscope in order to be able to go back and talk about them. Like I was just telling Nancy the other day, I don't want it to be where it's just a website where we have these features and no one ever hear about them anymore, because that's pretty much what happens to websites. You see something on the website and it just stays there for years and years and years on end. And I did not want them to happen to, thank you so much, Benjamin. I appreciate that. If you could do me a favor, swipe up if you have an Apple phone and invite your followers on Twitter, side to side if you have, an Android phone. But if you can do us a favor, please make sure that you invite your followers, because this is going to be so interesting. But one of the first bloggers that we featured on our website is Kim.on.Skin, and I've been trying to say this all day, so I'm hoping that I can get this right, but it's called dermatillomania. For those of you, and let me just say this is why I think this blog is so interesting, because I had never heard of this skin disorder in my life. It's called dermatillomania. And see, I know that some of y'all are like, what? Wait, let me Google that. And that's pretty much what I had to do. Thank you so much, Benjamin, for joining. I appreciate you for joining again. If you could do me a favor and just make sure that you invite your Twitter followers in order for them to see our first episode, our first broadcast of us featuring our website. And so, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for following us on Twitter. I appreciate you for that. So dermatillomania. I had to make sure that I wanted to look this up in the dictionary. I also wanted to make sure that I knew how to say this. This was important to me. So I just wanted to make sure that I can share this for y'all. But one of the things that I can see, thank you so much for joining. As you're joining, make sure that you swipe up if you have an Apple phone, invite your followers, swipe side to side if you have an Android. But dermatillomania, basically what that is where a person picks at their skin, and sometimes they make it excessive. They make it excessive with them constantly picking at their skin. I never knew that was a disorder, and I'm so proud of Kim.on.Skin for sharing this information. And because ultimately we read about a lot of stuff, but thank you so much for the hearts, I appreciate that. Unless you actually see it on Oprah's rebroadcast or Dr. Phil or anything like that, you really don't know about these different issues. And so it's very, very fascinating. Just being able to see information about that. So I was really proud of Kim.on.Skin. If you're not following Kim.on.Skin, Kim.on.Skin is actually on Twitter. She has her own website, Kim.on.Skin. Make sure that you go and you look at the feature on our website. all of the features that we have is called blog feature, and then it has the name of the person that we're actually featuring. So make sure that you go onto our website. You can actually go to the top part. I know our website got we dusted off our little website and got a little update, but you can actually go to the top right hand side of our website and click on the search bar and then put Kim.on.Skin, and then you'll see the little feature that we done about her, and all of her social media information is there in that blog as well, in order for you to be able to get the information about her, about the website, about the skin disorder. Because guess what? We're women, right? So although we may have grown children, we don't know what's going to happen in the next generation. And so these things that the bloggers are talking about, and women, because the ones that we're featuring are women, we need to know exactly what's going on. I have a grandson that's my grandson is going to be due in March. And so we need to automatically know the potentials of what we could experience in the near future. And so if we turn a blind eye to someone else's experience, we'll never know how we can overcome this. What happens? Hey, thank y'all for joining. For those of you that have just joined in, make sure that you swipe up if you have, yeah, okay, so make sure that you swipe up if you have an Apple phone, and invite your followers side to side if you have an Android follower. But make sure that you're inviting people to this broadcast, because I want to make sure that everybody have an opportunity to see it. And once you see this broadcast on Twitter, make sure that you're sharing it, retweeting it, reblogging it, and everything like that, in order for us to get the word out about these bloggers, because this is something that we're doing every single week. We're doing this every single week. As I posted, this is our first episode, but it's definitely not our last episode. We're going to continue to do this every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and I always have a list of who's in Central Time, who's in Pacific Time, who's in Eastern Time. So you'll also be able to follow us regardless of the time zone that you're in. And for all of my international friends, you're able to just watch this in replay. Just make sure that as you're watching this in replay, you're also inviting your friends to see it, and also tapping the screen in order to share hearts. So the next person that we're going to talk about, now this was absolutely one of my favorites as well. All of the people that we featured, I really enjoyed sharing that with you guys. And one of the things that I enjoyed about sharing, some of the times that I would be editing some of the information that we were putting on the website, I would end up crying, because, to see a person's strength and see what, they wrote about, seeing what issues and challenges that they've experienced, but yet they still have enough joy to write about. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And if you could do us a favor, and just make sure that you're inviting your friends. Thank you so much for following us here. I know that this is going to be something that's going to be really big, but guess what? It can't be big without you guys, right? Because you just can't talk about me every week. We talk about you guys. We're going to talk about you guys every week. So it's not about me. It's all about you. Thank you for the ones that's coming in and joining. As you're joining in, just please make sure that you're continuing to invite your followers. The next person that we're going to talk about, excuse me, y'all, because I'm getting a little parched just talking. And this is one of my favorite waters for anybody that may be interested. I am so in love with sparkling water right now. 1, it's 0 calories. 2, it tastes like soda, but it's not soda, as you know. Now, for those of you that's expecting a soda taste, you will never have that. But this is absolutely my favorite new niche. I love that. So I'm having to readjust while I open it. I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't expecting it to explode on me, especially on camera. But at any rate, I'm going to continue to go on. Let me wipe this off with my sweater because I have nothing in here. I'm in a conference room, as y'all can see. That's my first step, is just getting to a place, because I knew my house wouldn't be perfect for this time frame. Sorry for getting water all over y'all today. Hold on, let me wipe y'all off. Okay, can y'all still see me? Can y'all still hear me? I don't know if it messed up my phone or not. Please put a W in the comments if you can see. Okay, good. Thank you, Pam. Thank you so much. All right. So the next person that we're going to talk about Northern Belle from the South. Northern Belle from the South. Again, all of these features, if you don't want to be here, you're welcome to leave. This is actually not for you if you're not interested. Just go to the website. But these are for the people that's interested. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. So for the people that, thank you so much. Thank you. Y'all have my water all over me. It is sparkling water. So, of course, as you know, with sparkling water, if it's been shaken or everything like that. Yeah, I know, but, just sit back and listen, or you can leave. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. All right. So, anywho, hold on one second, y'all. All right. I had to mute my little friend. Anyway, for those of you that's thinking about a Periscope channel, just remember that you'll always have your little troll people, so you have to have your finger just ready for block. Okay, so thank y'all so much for that little inconvenience of the water and everything. So the person that I'm talking about next, her name is Northern Belle from the South. And the one thing that I was drawn to her about, because she actually is a fashionista. She has a blog strictly about fashion. And I forgot where give me one second, y'all, because that's one of the things, my memory bank is not as big as it used to be. So one of the things that I liked about her, she was telling me that, states here that she's still dealing with a lot of emotions from not finishing college. Everybody knows how that goes. As women, we always experience some type of setback or something that we feel is not, I wrote an article today. We'll talk about that later too. But one of the things that we badger ourselves on what we should be doing, what's not happening, things of that nature. So the person, she is originally from West Hartford, Connecticut, and she's now living in North Carolina. She's 28 years old. She has an 8-year-old little girl named Bella. Okay, and so this is one of the things. She works full-time as administrative assistant. Here's another thing that I think is interesting about writers and bloggers and authors and everything like that. You never stop working, right? You would think, okay, I'm going to stop working. I'm going to, just try to make this whole blogging thing a full-time gig. Some people have wrote about being successful about it, but, those of you that is not there yet, that doesn't mean that you can't get there. That just means that you have to do what you got to do in order to make ends meet, okay? So she still works. It shows here that she is an administrative assistant to a senior vice president and office manager. And then she states that when she's not doing that, she's actually blogging. The name of the blog is called The Northern Belle of the South. She is a fashion and lifestyle blogger. So make sure that when you get a chance, make sure that you have the opportunity to go and check her out. She talks about her journey on our website. She's on Instagram. She's on Twitter. She's even invited you to her personal Facebook page. She also has a Facebook blog page. Now, I'm going to pause right there in order to say this. For those of you that you want followers on any social media platform, you have to support. One of the things that I am, that's the one thing that I am good at when it comes to social media is support. Okay, because ultimately, if no one's listening to you, if you're constantly tweeting and no one's retweeting, it's just like you're on a soapbox and no one is listening. Thank you so much for the hearts. I'll say that again. For those of you that are on all the social media platforms, and that's the downside with social media, figure out which one works for you, because what you don't want to do is have all these social media platforms and you're only on one. So the other people that could be connected to you, they're not connected to you. Just let those people know where you're going to be. Hey, I do not have a website, but I'm on Twitter. I do not have a website, but I'm on Facebook. I do not, and if you only want to have your website, like, for example, I have one person that I featured, the Honest Blogger, and the only thing that she has was her website. And that's okay. If you're only going to be on one platform, just have that one platform, but be present on that platform. Be present. A lot of people think that your presence is your name being associated with the social media outlets, and it's not, because the only reason they're following you is to connect with you, to see what you're thinking, to see what you're cooking, to see what your day-to-day activities are. And so don't set them up for failure. Don't set yourself up for failure. Make sure that if you're on the social media outlets, make sure that you're supporting other people. If you're a writer, support other writers. If you're a singer, support other singers. If you're a PR manager, make sure that you're supporting other PR managers. Don't just be up there on social media and you're not supporting anybody, because guess what? You'll have those 1 or 2 followers, and I had to learn this the hard way. You'll have your family members following you, and then after that, what's left? Because guess what? Family is not going to retweet everything all the time. They love you, but they're not going to do that. Friends are not going to support you all the time when it comes to your ventures and things that you're trying to do. So that's my tidbit of advice for you. Make sure that when you're going back to these websites to learn about the women that we're sharing, the first one that we shared was about Kim.on.Skin. Make sure that I'm going to try my water again, guys. Wish me luck, okay? Can you try to open that for me? So one of the things that I want to let you know is when you go back and thank you so much. I can finally drink my water without it exploding on me. Thank you so much. Okay. So one of the things that I want you guys to do when you go back and you look on the website and you see the article for Kim.on.Skin, don't just read through the article and not follow her on her social media sites. The same way with Northern Belle of the South. Make sure all the outlets that she's on, she's sharing her work on Instagram, Twitter. She has a personal Facebook page, the Facebook blog page, Pinterest. Make sure that you're going and you're supporting those websites. The one thing I like about the blogger websites rather than the other websites, because I'm able to click and follow the bloggers, because guess what? If they're writing something, I want to be able to see their updates. So that's the difference that I like about the regular websites versus the blogger websites, because it's so interesting that you can get the little notifications and you can see exactly when they had a new post, and it just gets interesting. It only gets better and better and better. The other person that we're going to talk about is Restored Ministries. Now, I have to be honest, okay? Restored Ministries, I've been knowing them for a while, and I've been impressed with their work for a while. The owner of the Restored Ministries blog is actually a pastor's wife, and the one thing that I like about her blog, now, again, I have to be honest, I had featured them, or featured Michelle, on our website about, I want to say, around Thanksgiving time frame. And one of the things that I liked about the website, same thing that we're doing, trying to inspire women. She writes poems on there. She writes quotes on her website. She tells stories. She features other women. That's where the breaking point comes. I have to tell you this. If you haven't had an opportunity to go to Restored Ministries website and check out the feature of me, I don't want to be petty, but I have to tell you, I want you all to go and check out the feature of me. I talk about me. I talk about what I do. I talk about what I've done in the past. And I also talk about, everybody that knows me know that this is a big deal. I talk about my grand rabbit, Mason, in the bio. I mean, I can't even finish a bio without including Macy, our rabbit. It's not my rabbit, it's actually my daughter's rabbit. But that's one of the coolest things that has gone on. And I think that was in 2018. Was it 2018 when we got him, Pam? Okay, so it was 2017 when we got Mason, but I call him Macy. But we share our home with Mason. And when I was reading my own bio, because I'm always blown away when someone does a write-up. You guys think that you guys get excited when someone does a feature on you. Like, I may even start crying because I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that they've used their space on their website to feature me and talk about me, and I always get so blown away by that. And so I was just telling Nancy the other day, because she was like, well, we're going to feature the website on our website. And I was like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I'm so blown away by it, guys. So I have to thank you guys in advance for everything that you're doing for this organization, whether it's in donations, whether it's just sharing the information about us. I am so grateful with everything. Y'all make sure that y'all tap the screen. I just want to make sure that y'all still awake, y'all still watching. Make sure that y'all are tapping the screen in order for me to know that you guys are still listening. But going back to Restored Ministries, doing the same information that we're doing as women, just trying to motivate women. We go through a lot. Guys. I mean, you don't really realize how much we go through until we start reading other bloggers' work, and we see all the struggles and things that they have gone through. So I do definitely want you guys to go and check out Restored Ministries featured on our website. Make sure that you go to their website tonight. Those of you that are watching, thank you so much for the hearts. Those of you that are watching, 3 people that I want you to interact with tonight via Twitter, via Facebook. Make sure that you go and check out Kim.on.Skin. Let them know that I have sent you to their page. Kim.on.Skin. Northern Belle from the South, and also Restored Ministries. I want you to go and interact with them. Follow them. They'll follow you back. They're looking for people to follow them just as well as you're looking for people. You're wanting to interact with people. They're wanting to interact with you too. So make sure that you go and you check them out. Now, all right. So I wanted to talk about some of the good things. We had 3 bloggers on our page this week, this week. So one of the things, I always have to start out with Nancy, because she's been doing this for us for about a month and a half, just putting some really, really good articles on our page as a guest blogger. And I just can't say enough about our guest bloggers. You guys are so amazing. Most of the work that you submit, we really have to do minimal work, which is really, really good, because you guys think, okay, well, she's the founder of an organization, she don't have to work. No, I do a 9 to 5 just like you guys do. So sometimes the work is a little bit overwhelming, especially when you're trying to keep up the website, plus keep everything else in place. So I appreciate our guest bloggers because, number one, you submit very great articles, very timely articles. And when I say timely, things that's going on, you're not talking about something that happened way back in 1867. And I really, really appreciate the timely articles that you're submitting that really reference the things that women are going through. Now, this week we had 3 phenomenal cookie recipes for those of you that's thinking about, because you know what, the biggest thing that's going on right now in Christmas time, the biggest thing that's happening is people are having like cookie exchange parties. How many of y'all have gone to a cookie exchange party? I haven't gone yet, but let me know. How many of y'all have gone? Please let me know. I have to know. Have any of you guys gone to a cookie exchange party? Because that's like a big thing here in Colorado. People are going to cookie exchange parties. Let's see. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I haven't gone either. And so, hey, Vandros. So one of the things that I have to tell you about the cookie party, for those of you that are going to the cookie party, and I just talked about an article where I tried to bake some cookies. So this, listen, it's I don't know if I've published it yet. I have like over 100 of articles that has not even been published. This will actually come pretty soon. It's about competing. So when you see the article about competing, it's talking about me trying to bake cookies. Y'all have to read that. You have to share that with your friends. You have to. I promise you it's funny. Okay, so one thing that I like about this cookie recipes, they're easy. I mean, it's almost like something, you see these books all the time, cookbooks for dummies, how to cook for dummies, how to read for dummies, things like that. This seems like these cookies the recipes seem so easy that it would be in a book like that. So I thank you so much, Nancy, for everything that you shared us 3 different cookie types. So let me tell y'all the cookie recipes for those of you that haven't had an opportunity to go and look at the website. I want to tell y'all some of the cookies that Nancy shared with us this week. And I can't thank you enough for that recipe because it's called No Stress Holiday Cookies. No Stress Holiday Cookies. Okay, so the first cookie recipe is called Cranberry Coconut Drops. Cranberry Coconut Drops. We see these all the time in the stores. But thank you so much, Pat, for joining. I appreciate you, Pamela's twin. So cranberry coconut drops, make sure that as you come in, you invite some of your followers on Twitter. The other one is hazelnut Yule logs. Hazelnut Yule logs. Y'all, these are super, super simple recipes. Super, super simple recipes. Now, I know that everybody get in the cooking spirit right when Christmas comes, Thanksgiving comes, because you want to try to outdo people, which is about what my article about the competition is about. As you come in, please make sure that you're inviting your followers. We're talking about recipes right now. The first recipe is cranberry coconut drops. Cranberry coconut drops. Make sure that you check out that recipe. And then the hazelnut Yule logs. The hazelnut Yule logs is another recipe. Thumbprint butter cookies. This is my favorite. I mean, I didn't know that that's what they were doing to make the cookies, but hey, I'm okay with the thumbprint. Thumbprint butter cookies. These are so amazing. Butter cookies in general are amazing. Make sure, this is what I want to say. I have to say this. Y'all know that I'm going to be super, super honest, okay? If you have not ever baked a cookie in your life, don't bake these cookies and bring them to work. I want you to perfect the recipe first and then share them with your friends. I want you to try these recipes at home first and then share them with your friends. I'll say that again. Try them with your friends or your family at home, then try them. Don't bring them to work if you haven't tried them yet. Thank you. Like, don't do it. Make sure that you share this. Thank you again, Nancy. Make sure that you're following Nancy on Twitter at 30 Days, 30 Ways. 30 Days, 30 Ways. So make sure that you're following Nancy in order to see some of the best writing that you can possibly see. Make sure that you go to her website. Make sure that you check her out. But most of all of her information is right up under the recipes and some of the articles that she has shared with our blog. The guest post that she had was Holiday Bring Out the Joy of Family Time, avoiding the dread of holiday conversations. Everybody needs that. I mean, it's always that one auntie when you go somewhere. What did you do to your hair? You've gotten fat. Where's your boyfriend? Where's your husband? Where is this? This is the best article for issues like that. So make sure that you are how to communicate with kids effectively. Winning tactics for willpower. Again, another timely article. Because what do we do during the holidays? We overeat. We can't control what we were wanting to eat. So this is a very, very timely article. Make sure that you are following Nancy 30 Days, 30 Ways on Twitter. Make sure that you reach out to Nancy. The second article is by Beauty Rev Junkie. Beauty Rev Junkie. One of the articles that she wrote this week is, and I like her because she's actually a lash person. I don't know the actual name. I don't know the actual name. I'm sorry. She's going to get me. But she actually wrote an article. Again, thank you so much. I love you too. She actually wrote an article, and the article was, it's called, let's see, could stress be the cause of your chronic pain, fatigue, illness, and skin issues? Again, the article is called, could stress be the cause of your chronic pain, fatigue, illness, and skin issues? Now, don't just go and read the question and be like, oh yeah, I know, this is me. I want you guys to read this because one of the things I thought was really cool, the best articles to me is when you tell a story. When I can just really relate to you. I'm really into your article. I'm really into your blog. I'm really into what you wrote when you're telling a story. And that's pretty much what people are looking for. I mean, if you really think about it, that's what draws us to buy things. We really wouldn't buy from Apple or Samsung if they didn't tell us a story first. You know, if we didn't have an opportunity, even when we're trying to donate to people, if we didn't have that connection or that story, we really wouldn't know whether or not we should donate, whether or not we should give. But when you see somebody, you know, thirsty and they need water and, you know, the water is not great in their area, that connects you with that person. And so one of the things I liked about, hey, Serenity, how are you? Thank you so much for joining in. Make sure that you are inviting your followers for our broadcast. This is our first episode. We are featuring women bloggers and business owners. So if you hadn't had an opportunity to check out our website, make sure you go to Women.With.Gifts.org, Women.With.Gifts.org in order to check out what we're doing on our website. We are a nonprofit organization. We are a 501c3 organization. I always like to say that because anyone can be a nonprofit organization and not technically obtain the donations properly. And so I just want you guys to know that we are a proper set up 501c3. So make sure that you check out everything that we're doing on the website. But this month and next month, we have we're featuring women and business owners and bloggers. And so the other thing that we're doing, for those of you that haven't had an opportunity, today I shared my story. It's about what do you say to the person in the mirror. What do you say to the person in the mirror? One of the reasons that I wrote this article, because a lot of times we talk about people that's going through something. And as women, that's one of the things that we need to stop. We talk about people that's going through something. Oh my goodness, she's calling again. Why is she calling me? Oh my goodness, she's with another man again. Oh my goodness, why is she with him? He's been to jail 5 times. Why is she with this person? Why does she have a baby daddy by 3 other people, like 3 different baby daddies? So one of the things that I like about this article, it says, what do you say to the person in the mirror? What do you say to the person in the mirror? A lot of times we forget as women, while we're talking, yes, we should be uplifting other women. We should be uplifting other women. But most of the time what we're doing is we're actually, when we see a person having a downfall, we see a person, oh my God, the first thing we do as women, and I'm like, why do we do this? Why? I'm not excluded either. I do it without even knowing that I'm doing it. Before we even say hello to a person, we're looking them up and down. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Why do we look women up and down? Why do we not say hello first? So one of the things that I like about this article, what do you say about the person in the mirror? What do you say about the person in the mirror? Because here's the one thing that I want us to understand as women. The same thing that we can say about other people, we can say that about ourselves. I'll say it again. The same thing that we can say, thank you so much for the hearts, I appreciate you, but everything that we can say about other people, we need to say it to ourselves. Because when a person is struggling, that's on us as women. Why aren't we helping? We got enough time to sit and pick up the phone and talk about someone else. We got enough time to help them. We got time to figure out how we can help them. Okay, girl, I know you're going through this, but here's how we can pitch in. What do you need my help in? I always get text messages that say, I know that you're busy, but what do you need help doing? I had a person, and Pam knows this is one of my biggest things. I'm always trying to send out Christmas cards and Thanksgiving cards. I know y'all will not believe this. And this wasn't done intentionally. It's just sometimes I literally forget. So because I purchased Christmas cards, and because the Christmas cards were in a red envelope, you still got my Christmas cards right around February. I didn't care. And the people that, they know me, so it wasn't a big deal. But the people that got the cards, oh, they were super excited because they were like, oh my goodness, she's already... Pam, I'm sorry I do that so bad. I know it's bad. But that's just my personality. Sometimes I can get to it on time. Sometimes I can't. I'm sorry. Either way, guys, I love you guys all the time. Okay, but I want you guys to start trying to promote each other. Start trying to stick together. Help each other. Figure out what you can do to be able to help someone else, because you never know how just you picking up the telephone can help someone. That's what I wrote in the article today. I was like, what if that person was me? What if I was the person that always, because the thing that we get hung up on sometimes as women.
Attention all patrons. Will the owner of the Audi A6, license plate 693...
Hold on, the library got announcements, y'all. Hold on.
Please come to the up desk.
Okay. All right. She messed up my whole Periscope to make an announcement about an Audi that's parked in the wrong parking spot. Anywho, but this is what you deal with when you are at the library, y'all. As I told y'all, I have a little conference area that I'm in order to be able to connect with you guys. I ain't stopping, okay? I'm not stopping. I don't care. I can do it from my car. I can do it at the library. I can do it at the church when the church not using it. I am not giving up. This is the year that I'm going to share the information any way possible. And guess what? I'm not giving up. I could have done it in my restroom at my own apartment, but hey, I'm still going to do it. All right. So outside of that announcement, one of the things I was telling you guys, we have to start sticking together. We have to start assuming that just because you see someone from point A to point B, they have it all together, but they really don't. One of the things that I want us to stop doing as women is we have to stop going to these dinners and family gatherings and getting depressed. You leave there depressed. You leave there sad. And it's all because you don't have enough nerve to say, listen, I'm not this person. You know, my mother has the thing of comparing me with my brother. You know, well, your brother does this and your brother does that. And, you know, it wasn't until, you know, I was born and raised in Texas all my life. And so it wasn't until I moved up to Colorado that I had to just tell my mom, I'm not my brother. You had 2 children. I'm me and he's him. You know, you have to start putting your foot down with your family members and just letting them know, you know, so what? I don't care that little Susie went to college and I didn't go. So what that I stopped to have kids and the other people went on to be more successful. Don't worry about what their success looks like compared to yours. Don't worry about where you are in comparison to other relatives. Stop comparing yourself to relatives. You know what I mean? Start worrying about you. Start worrying about how you can be successful based on who you are, because that's a lot of times you're getting hung up on trying to be someone else. And it's not about someone else. It's about you. It's about you and who you are. And start counting your accomplishments. Even if your accomplishments is getting up out of bed, walking over to the mirror. If that's your accomplishment, count it. Okay, if you got up out of bed and you went to work, that's your accomplishment. Start counting all of your accomplishments. Don't continue to focus on, okay, I went to this website and, you know, their website looks better than mine. I went to this person's business and their business is better than mine. Stop worrying about that. The longer you worry about someone else, the further and further you're getting behind. You can't even refresh your own ideas. It's a lot of ideas. As women, we have so many ideas, but we can't even let those ideas grow because we're too busy looking at other people. And while we're watching other people, all of our ideas is going out the window, you know, because we're sitting up watching other people. It's okay to look and it's okay to congratulate other people, but you don't have to get soaked up in somebody else's vision. You don't have to get soaked up in, what other people are doing, okay? What else? I think I've been on here an hour. Y'all need to celebrate. This is good. I was so nervous, but I'm so glad that I overcame my fear of being on Periscope, being in front of a camera for a whole hour, y'all. Because y'all know, I normally come on, I cut it short, and I'm gone. But this was something that I really needed to do in order to expose our women. We're exposing the women on our website. We featured them for a reason, and we're not going to stop at just featuring them on our website. We're going to keep watering this and keep making this grow. And this is how I need you guys. This is where you guys come in at. Thank you so much for the hooray. I'm excited. This is a big deal to me. One of the things that I have to tell you guys, it cannot stop at us just watching other people and reading about other people. We have to continue to reshare the information about people. We're always saying that we want a female president, we want this and we want that, but once we have the opportunity to have women in power or women on a platform, we do not want to support them. It's time that we, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. I'm so grateful for you guys watching. This meant a lot to have you guys watching. Thank you so much for sharing your followers. And everybody that's watching you, thank you so much for sharing them with me tonight. I appreciate that. It doesn't stop here, guys. It doesn't stop here. The first thing is, when you see the information about the episodes that's going on every single Wednesday, fingers crossed, because y'all know I get a little busy, every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. I don't know what time it is with you guys, and I know that we're going to work that part out. But when you see the information about episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and so on and so on and so on, that's where you guys come in at. I want you guys to continue to share every single episode. I want you guys to continue to share every single feature that we're having on our website. It starts with you, okay? It starts with you. You're the reason that this whole process of what we're doing can exist tonight. So I thank you so much. You guys do not know how much I appreciate you guys for everything that you're doing. For those of you that are watching, make sure that those of you that are watching in replay, make sure that you continue to share. You won't be able to invite people, but you will be able to continue to share these episodes with your followers. In addition to that, you're able to still tap the screen in order to make sure that you are just giving me hearts. Let me know. I am welcome to feedback. You all have my email address. Make sure that you're visiting our website at Women.With.Gifts.org, Women.With.Gifts.org, Women.With.Gifts.org. We are changing the world one woman at a time. One woman at a time. And it starts with us, okay? The one thing that I want you guys to know about our website, you're able to guest blog if you want me to be able to talk about your blog and what you've shared on our website. You're able to submit your guest blogs to us. Just make sure that they are for women. Men can also write on our website. It just has to be geared towards women. As long as you're writing about us, then you're welcome to the club, okay? The second thing is you're able to donate. As I stated before, we are a nonprofit organization. So anything that you're donating to us, it just builds everything that we're trying to do. Even if you have $1, you're able to donate that $1, because guess what? Your $1 plus somebody else's $1 plus somebody else's $1 will make a difference. In addition to that, what else? I'm sorry. Oh, you're also able to volunteer. Thank you so much. Make sure you check out Women with Gifts feature on 30 days, 30 ways. 30 days, 30 ways. I'm hoping I'm not saying that wrong. Make sure that you follow, make sure that you check out our feature that's going to be on Nancy's blog tomorrow. Thank you so much. That makes me want to cry. I appreciate you guys. For those of you that has just checked in and you didn't have a chance to start from the beginning and see everything, also see my water exploding during the episode, hear the librarian interrupting my Periscope, make sure that you go back and check out all of those bloops and blunders and everything. It's going to be edited out before we get to the other thing. But for right now, you just have to watch it as is, the raw and uncut version. Because guess what? We're starting here right now, but guess what? It's going to get bigger and it's going to get better. And I can't do that without you guys. Just for your record, my name is Lynette Kincaid. I am the founder of Women with Gifts. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you share this. Make sure you continue to support each other. I love you all. Goodbye.